start with our warm-up. Our warm-up today has a syllable type that we've already reviewed, which is R-controlled syllables. So we're going to hear ourselves say those R-controlled vowel sounds in each of these words. So we're going to say the first syllable, then the second syllable, and then read the whole word. Got it?
Got it.
All right, let's go. Make sure your eyes are facing forward. Waiting on one in the blue row. Let's go.
Acorn, acorn.
Good job.
Over, rain, radar.
Good.
Meter, prefer, spider, return.
Good, Jonathan.
Sue,
Ooh, what's that? Sue. It's open. Sue. Ooh. What is C-I? Good, that's a soft C. Cider, like a drink. Next one.
Clover, yogurt.
Alright, let's do one more slide. Ready? Go.
Cargo, party.
Good. When the Y is at the end of a two-syllable word, the Y says E. Party. Good. Next one.
Sorry.
Make sure eyes are on the front. Blue row.
Okay.
Next one.
Apart. Record. Alarm.
Yeah, that's a alarm. That's a schwa sound there. Alarm. Next one.
Meter.
Ooh, is it? Myrrh. Good job, near myrrh.
Mercy.
Mercy. Good.
Apart.
Again, that's a schwa sound. Apart. Next. Oh,
Apartment.
yeah, that's a three-syllable word. Apartment. Good. Next one. Sue. Good. This one. Lord.
Glory.
Serve. Good. That E is just silent there. It's not doing any job. Good. So we have to recognize those R-controlled vowels when we see them and make sure we're saying that correct sound. I want to review our syllables. We have learned 5. Today's going to be our 5th one. And next week we'll learn our 6th one. But our goal is to know all 6 syllable types to help us break apart and read words that we see in stories and in books. Got it? And one way to remember them is to remember our chants and our emotions, because the chants and the emotions help us remember the rules for each syllable. So, I go, you go. A closed syllable ends in a vowel. Closed in by a consonant. And the vowel is short. So it says what sound? A would say ah. E would say I would say what is it? It. It's short. O would say not O. Ah. It's short sound if it's closed. And you would say Okay. A, and are short sounds for our closed syllables. Next one. An open syllable ends in one vowel. We'll try it again. Ends in one vowel. Try it again. Ends in one vowel. And the vowel is long.
And the vowel is long.
That first slide we saw, a lot of those vowels were long because they were open, like super or like a meter, right? Those are open syllables in the beginning. All right, next one. A silent E syllable.
A silent E syllable.
Ends in a vowel.
Ends in a vowel.
A consonant.
A consonant.
And the vowel is long.
And the vowel is long.
So we practice those, right? The E has a job of making that consonant or that vowel before it long. Next one. This is what we're practicing today. A vowel team syllable.
A vowel team syllable.
Has two or more vowels.
Has two or more vowels.
That make one sound.
That make one sound.
So this is our focus today. Okay, we'll do that more when we come after our review. And our controlled syllable
And our controlled syllable
has a vowel
has a vowel.
and R,
And R.
and the R controls the vowel.
And the R controls the vowel.
We saw those in the beginning. AR would say
R.
OR would say
Or.
ER would say
Er.
and this one we'll learn last. This is really easy. A consonant LE syllable
A consonant E syllable
ends in a consonant
ends in a consonant
L
L
E.
E.
Really simple. So that one we'll learn later. Let's review our 3-syllable facts. Can I have a volunteer read fact number 1? Santiago.
Santiago.
A syllable is a beat in a word.
Good. As a team, ready, go.
A syllable is a beat in a word.
When I say the word beat, I mean like clap, right? Beat also can mean our chin drops down, our mouth opens wide. That's a beat. Now a volunteer read number 2. Jacob.
Jacob.
Every syllable must have a talking vowel.
Good. As a team, ready, Leah, ready, go.
Every syllable must have a talking vowel.
A talking vowel means the vowel saying a sound, whether it's the short sound or the long sound or another vowel team sound, but it has to talk. Every syllable must have a talking vowel. Last one. Vladimir.
Vladimir.
Readers look for syllable patterns to know how to read each chunk of the word.
Good. As a team, ready, go.
Readers look for
syllable patterns to know how to read each chunk of the word. Here are our syllable patterns. I go, you go. B, C, C, V.
B, C, C, V.
B, C, V.
B, C, V.
B, C, 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 V.
B, C, 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 V.
V, V.
V, V.
Consonant L, E.
Consonant L, E.
So those are patterns that we're going to need to recognize in our words, right? We're not always going to mark them all the time. I want to start not marking them so we can practice just looking at a word and knowing, oh, this is closed, this one's open, this has a silent E syllable, and we know what sounds our vowels can make. But until then, let's practice marking them. Let's practice counting the beats in each syllable. I go, you go. Beehive.
Beehive.
Clap it out.
Beehive.
Try it again. Clap it out.
Beehive.
How many syllables?
2.
2. Next one is light. What is it?
Light.
Others stay with us. It's light. What is it?
Light.
Clap it out. Ready, go.
Light.
Yep, one beat, one talking vowel. The next one is tissue. Clap it out. Ready, go.
Tissue.
How many syllables? 2. So if there's 2 syllables, that means there's 2 talking vowels and there's 2 beats in it. The next one is superhero. Ready, go.
Superhero.
Oh, I have a couple of friends not joining us. Try it again. Ready, go.
Superhero.
How many beats? 4.
4.
There's 4 vowels, 4 talking vowels in that word. The next one is oyster. Ready, go.
Oyster.
How many? 2 syllables. The next one is argue. Ready, ready, go.
Argue.
How many beats? 2 beats, 2 syllables. The next one is haul. Ready, go.
Haul.
Just one talking vowel. And the last one is glue. Ready, go.
Glue.
1 as well. So let's read our target. I can mark.
I can mark.
And read.
And read.
That words.
The word.
Sorry, I made a mistake. Let's redo that. I can mark.
I can mark.
And read words.
And read words.
That have. Vowel team syllables.
Vowel team syllables.
So our focus this week is to really practice those words that have vowel team syllables. Remember that a vowel team, it could be 2 letters, 3 letters, even 4 letters sometime that work together to make one sound. So we're going to have to look at our words and figure out, oh, I see a vowel team here. I need to know what sound those letters make together to help us read our words that have vowel team syllables. So again, syllables in which 1, 2, or 3, even 4 letters team up to represent one vowel sound. Raising a hand, what's the vowel team in this word? What is it, Kevin? What's the vowel team? EA. EA says what? E. What's the word? Team. What's the word?
Team.
Ooh, I have a few of us who are not with me. What's the word?
Team.
Good. Next word.
Nurse.
Oh, wait for my question. What is the vowel team? What letters are working together? This one's kind of trickier. Jonathan. Good. IGH work together. IGH says what together? I. The G and the H are silent. The I is long. I. What's our whole word? Nice. Ooh. What is my vowel team in this word? Give me both of them, Matthew. Who stood up, please, so we can hear your voice? What does OY say, everybody? Oi. What is it?
Oi.
What does EA say? E. Vladimir Anderson, what does EA say? E. Stay with me. What's my word? Ooh, and Ellie, what is it? Not soily. Stay with us. What is it? Julie? Everybody. Yeah. What are my vowel teams in that word? Give me both of them, Neymar. Good. What does AY say, Vladimir? Some of us are not as focused as we need to be. Everyone? A. I should be on the board. What does EA say, Anderson? E. What's my whole word? Daydream. So we have to recognize where those vowel teams are at, tracking forward, so we know how to break apart our words. So I want to just talk about the idea that a talking vowel is one vowel sound. So in the word teeth, waiting on a few more eyes. Matthew, waiting on you. Waiting on Rylan, Santiago, and Neymar. And Kaylee. I should be facing the front. The word teeth has the vowel team EE. EE together make one vowel sound, which tells me there's only one syllable. Teeth. Okay? EA work together to make one vowel sound. That says E. And then the U by itself just says So there are 2 talking vowels. E and 2 vowel sounds means there are 2 syllables. There's a connection. The number of talking vowels is the same amount of syllables that a word has. In this word, that word was peanut. In this word, there's an E and Ian by itself that says eh. There's the R-controlled E, which says and there's the vowel team AI, which says A. So there's how many talking vowels? 3, which tells me there are how many syllables? 3. Entertain. What's my word?
Entertain.
Yeah, so we have to make that connection. Syllables always must have a talking vowel. when we make vowel sounds, our mouths open, our chin drops down, and we can think of it as a beat. Entertain in a word. So this week, we're going to practice words that have vowel team syllables. And I want to show you what we're going to be doing today when you go back to your desk. The very first step, Leah, make sure you're tracking forward, is you have to scan it. You have to scan your word and look for maybe R-controlled vowels. Look for maybe consonant, silent, or consonant, vowel, consonant, E syllables. Or look for vowel teams. Right away, I see a vowel team. I see vowel team EA, and I'm going to underline it because they make one sound together. Okay? And because they make one vowel sound, Kevin, Jonathan, I'm not going to put VV, Joseph Sahun. I'm not going to put VV. They make one vowel sound. I'm going to put one V above them in the middle. Are there any other vowels? Yeah, there's vowel U here. So I'm going to mark short vowel U. And then I'm going to mark my consonants in between. There's just one consonant, consonant C. I notice I see a VCV pattern. If I see a VCV pattern, what's the rule that I try?
Tiger rule.
The tiger rule. I always try the tiger rule first. The tiger rule says split my, or put my syllable wall before my consonant. So T-E-A would say T. What would it say? T. C-U-P spells cup. Put it together. Teacup. I have a few of you have your whiteboards out, which is really odd because I haven't asked you to take them out yet. Another example. Remember, vowel teams could just be 2, 3, sometimes 4 letters working together. So right away, I am scanning my word, Matthew, and I notice IGH. IGH is a vowel team that works together. I'm going to underline it. But I also see, be marking with the V. I'm marking IGH together with one V because they make one vowel sound. IGH makes I. It says the I sound. The G and the H are silent, Casey, and the I is long. I. But I also see AY down here. AY is long A. I underline it, and I put a V above it because they make one vowel sound. And I see a consonant. Put my consonant, consonant W there. What pattern do we see? What rule do we try first? Tiger rule says put your syllable wall before your consonant. I'm going to chunk my first part. I. What is it? High. What? A. Way. Blended. Highway. What's the word?
Highway.
Highway.
What is that?
A highway is like the street. All right. Take out your whiteboards and write this word on your whiteboards. Take out your whiteboard and write this word on your whiteboard. Nice and big so you can mark it pretty easily. Thanks. Is that dry? All right. After you're done marking it, our first step is to do what? Scan it. Thanks, Kevin. Scan it. When you're scanning it, what do you notice? What are you noticing, Jacob? Ooh, what vowel team are you noticing? EA. Let's go ahead and underline it. We'll notice that the slides that we have on the whiteboard, they're going to swoop it. We're not going to swoop it in our class. We're going to underline it. And then what do we put above it?
A V.
One. Just one V. Because they make one vowel sound. EA says what? EA says what? Okay, any others? Vowel sounds? Or vowels?
Yes. Yes. You.
Vowel U. Good. Mark vowel U. And then I mark my what in between? Mark my consonant. What consonant is in between? N. Consonant N. Woo, what pattern do we see? VCV. What rule do I follow? Tiger rule. Make your syllable wall before your consonant. Go ahead and say that word to yourself, and then I'll have us read it out loud in 3, 2, 1, go. What's the word?
Peanut.
Good. Peanut.
Race.
So notice how they swooped it. We're not going to swoop it. We're just going to underline it. So we marked it. Awesome. That first syllable type is a vowel team syllable. The other syllable type is a closed syllable. Peanut. Blend it. Peanut. Go ahead and write this new word. Let's go. And then scan it. Who wants to share what they're noticing? What are they noticing? What are they noticing? Liam, what are you noticing in this word when you scan it? Yeah, so there's OO team here, OO vowel team. What does OO say? Ooh or right? Like in the word book or in the word pool. Those are two different oohs or two different OO sounds. So Jonathan and Anderson, because there's an OO here, what do I put above it? Just one V. And then Liam said he sees a vowel consonant E. So that tells me vowel consonant E is how I should be marking that bottom part or the back part. And what do I do next, Melanie? After I mark my vowels, what do I do next? Where? Mark my consonants in between my vowels. So the C is for a consonant. Consonant P, consonant H. What pattern are we seeing? V, C, C, V. What rule do we follow? Yeah, rabbit rule says put your syllable wall in between your consonants. Okay, so go ahead and put that wall in between your consonants to follow the rabbit rule. Rather than follow the rabbit rule, put your syllable wall in between your consonants. Excuse me. Alright, our first chunk is, wait for it. What does that first chunk say? Loop. The other part? Whole. Blended. Oh, I don't hear all voices. We're going to try it again. I want to make sure that we're practicing marking it and then reading it. Marking is just half the step, Ian. We mark it to help us read it. Alright, again, first chunk says I'm bringing a few more voices. In the green row, the red row. Try it again. What's this first chunk? Next chunk? Blended. Loophole. Good. Last one. Erase, erase, erase. Ooh, as you're scanning it, what are you noticing? What are you noticing? Anderson, what are you noticing? Okay. What are you noticing, Matthew? Catholic first. for your mouth when you're sharing your thoughts. We want to hear you. Say it again.
That there's a vowel team.
Ooh, what vowel team do you see, Matthew?
AI.
You guys, what does AI say? A. Underline the AI and put what above it, Anayeli? A V for a vowel. That makes one vowel sound. What else do we see, Joanna? Yes, AY at the end. And Ian, if I see AY at the end, what do I put above it?
A V.
Ian,
A V.
a V, it's one vowel sound. AI says what? A. Thanks, Neymar. AI says what?
A.
Joseph Sahun. AY says what? A. So what's my next step? Santiago? And what consonants do we see?
W.
Consonant L and consonant W.
VCCV.
If I see a VCCV, what rule do I follow?
Rabbit
Rabbit rule. Let's do our first chunk. R-A-I-L says what?
Rail.
Aris, it says what?
Rail.
Rail. R-ale. Rail. W-A-Y says?
Way.
Blend it.
Railway.
What's the word?
Railway.
Oh, I did not hear all voices.
Railway.
Try it again. First chunk says?
Rail.
Next chunk says?
Way.
Whole word.
Railway.
Oh, we have to be able to get this done faster, friends. All right, this is your last one before you go back to your desk and work on your worksheet. Erase, erase, erase. Go ahead and write this word and mark it on your whiteboard. You're going to turn and talk and share, how did you mark this word?